Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to set myself up for success with going on vacation for the 4th of July. Because the last vacation that we went on, I just enjoyed my vacation like a little or way too much. So I am going to set myself up for success this time. I am not straying from keto whatsoever, because last vacation I did and I indulged and I enjoyed and I had a great vacation. However, it did set me back. So we are not doing that this time, and we are going to be prepared. I'm going to make a couple of batches of 2 different types of keto cookies. I'm going to make a batch of keto muffins. I'm going to have keto snacks galore. I'm going to just make sure that I am prepared and I am successful. And I really don't even snack much, but even when we go out to eat or whatever, I am going to choose keto healthy options. But I also, I also want to have healthy options for my family as well. So I would rather them reach for a keto cookie than a Keebler cookie. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so the first recipe we're making are keto chocolate cookies. They are soft and chewy, it says. So let's get started. The first thing that we need is 1 cup of natural peanut butter. So make sure you use a peanut butter that is keto friendly. All right, I'm just gonna throw that bad boy in there. Then we're gonna throw in there 2 large eggs. Then it says to mix this up until it becomes a little bit thick. Then once it's nice and thick, we're gonna add a little bit of water. It says probably like around 1/4 cup. I'm just gonna add a little in at a time. We're gonna throw in there 1½ teaspoons of stevia. Then we're just gonna give it a stir again. All right, then we're gonna throw in 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. And then we're gonna stir it again, and we may have to add a little bit more water. All right, y'all, our batter is done, and I just took a cookie sheet, I lined it with some parchment paper, and I'm just gonna drop about 1 tablespoon of this batter onto this cookie sheet. And the recipe does say that it will spread out, and it says not to flatten it. So I'm just gonna leave it just like that. All right, so I think that's all I'm gonna put on this one, just in case they spread out like a ton. But then it says to put like 5-6 chocolate chips on the top of each one, so that is what I'm gonna do. One is running away. All right, these are done. Now I'm just gonna throw them in the oven at 350 degrees for around 8 or 9 minutes. And keep in mind, it does say this in the directions that when they come out, they are gonna look a little ooey and gooey, and you're just gonna let them sit on the pan for a little bit longer before you put them on a cooling rack. But I will leave all these recipes in the description box below for y'all as well. All right, y'all, so our chocolate cookies are done. They did not flatten out. They actually kept their weird, awkward shape from when I dropped them onto the parchment paper. But I did realize that I forgot to add the baking soda, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Oopsie. But they still look delicious, and I will let you know in my vlog while I vlog while I'm on vacation, because I'm actually really going to vlog this time instead of being a horrible vlogger like I was last vacation. But I will let you know how these taste. They still smell delicious. Alright y'all, so the next thing I'm going to make are cinnamon muffins, but I'm not going to share this recipe because they're in the Southern Keto Cookbook. But it is on page 76 of that cookbook if you want to try these out. Again, it's from the Southern Keto Cookbook, and these are the cinnamon muffins on page 76. But first thing I'm going to do is line my cupcake pan with the cupcake liners, and then we are going to prepare this and throw this in the oven. Alright y'all, the muffins are done, and let me just tell you, they look and smell bomb, and I can't wait to try these. Alright y'all, so this next recipe is another cookie recipe. It's keto cinnamon French toast cookies, and I will have this recipe linked in the description box below as well. And we're going to start off with putting 2 cups of almond flour in this bowl. A cup of erythritol, a half a teaspoon of xanthan gum, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, at least I remember the baking soda this time, y'all, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a cup of butter, we just slightly melted the butter. One-third cup sugar-free maple syrup. 1 egg. 1 teaspoon vanilla. All right, we are just going to stir this around. Get ready to bake these puppies. All right, so our dough is ready. I'm gonna place this in the fridge for 20 minutes so that way all of our ingredients can solidify, and then I'm gonna pull it back out, and I am going to create a erythritol cinnamon mixture. We're gonna roll these into little balls, and then we're gonna roll it in the cinnamon sugar mixture, and these are gonna be some yummy cinnamon goodness, y'all. Alright, so while that sits in the fridge for 20 minutes, I am going to get the cinnamon sugar mixture mixed in this bowl. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of erythritol, or this monk fruit, and then 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Then I'm just going to stir this around. And it is ready to go. All right, y'all, so while that is in the refrigerator and it is cooling, I am going to make just 2 things of 90-second bread. So that way, if we want bread with a little bit of peanut butter or something, we have it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut off 1.5 tablespoons of this butter. And I'm just gonna make these both at the same time to make it easy peasy. These ramekins here are a little bit small for this, but I think it'll be just fine. So I'm just gonna melt these in the microwave for just a little bit. All right, so we melted the butter. Now we're gonna put in 3 tablespoons of almond flour in each one of these ramekins. Then I'm gonna put in 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking powder in each one of these. And then I'm gonna put in 1 egg white into each one of these. I'm only gonna use the egg white because we don't want the bread to taste eggy. Then I'm just gonna stir it up, throw it in the microwave for 90 seconds, pop this puppy out, and we have some bread for the road. All right, that's what it looks like. I'm gonna throw it in the microwave for 90 seconds. All right, so that is what it looks like. It's still a little bit warm, but I just take a napkin and I just plop that little stinker out of there. Voila, and we got bread. Not the prettiest bread, but we got bread, y'all. Good enough to throw some peanut butter on there. All right, so I am just gonna cut these in half so that way it gives us 4 pieces of bread to be able to put some almond butter or something on. Alright, so our cookie dough's been in the fridge for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna roll them in little balls, and then I'm gonna roll them in this cinnamon sugar, and then we're gonna bake them. Alright, so the cookies are done. We are gonna bake these at 355 degrees for around 10 minutes. Alright, so the next thing I am going to prepare, and this is the last thing I'm going to prepare, everything else we are just going to take like sunflower seeds and nuts and all that good stuff. But I am going to take some of this hard salami with a couple of napkins. I'm going to lay some of these out. I'm going to throw them in the microwave for around a minute and 20 seconds. And we are going to make these into salami chips. And y'all, if you haven't done this, these are delicious. I get these salami slices at Costco. These are bomb. These are probably the best ones I've ever had. But let me show you how I'm going to do this. All right, so I am just going to take the salami and real fancy like, I'm just going to toss them down on this napkin just like that. And then I am going to throw this in the microwave for around a minute and 20 seconds. Your microwave may vary. You may have to do it a little longer, a little less, but you basically want these to turn into salami chips. All right, so this is what you want them to look like, nice and crispy, just like I said, a salami chip. So I am just gonna throw these in this fancy bowl here, and then I'm going to continue on until I make as many as I decide to make. So I think I'm set up for success. So we have our cinnamon French toast cookies here. We have cinnamon muffins. We have chocolate cookies. We have our 90-second bread. We have salami chips. We have roasted and salted peanuts, beef sticks, Quest chips here, sunflower seeds, pork rinds, and we have some tuna. I'm also going to take almond butter, as well as I'm gonna take probably like cheese sticks and stuff. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, and then I'm also taking some stevia. This is actually that Now Better stevia that I just filled up in that bottle there. All right, y'all, one last look. This is the cinnamon French toast cookies, cinnamon muffins, double chocolate cookies, 90-second bread, salami chips, and a whole slew of snacks over here. We're set for vacation. All right, y'all, so my vacation style meal prep is done. I definitely set myself up for success. Thank goodness, because I am not cheating, because I am not going to have another fallback. But I think that that is definitely enough to help me succeed. All you got to do is prepare things ahead of time, make right choices when you go out to eat. When I go out to eat, I plan on making healthy choices, eating my keto low carb salads, bunless burger, steak with vegetables, whatever, salmon with vegetables. But it's all about making healthier choices. And I'm telling you, I don't want to repeat what I did last vacation on this vacation. Also, to add one more thing, I just wanted to throw that out there that if you're wondering why I made 2 things of cookies and a thing of muffins, that is because it's not just us going. So it's going to be myself, my husband, my daughter, and my son, and then his parents, and then his brother. So there is going to be several of us going. This way, every single one of us have healthier options for snacks. So I just thought I'd throw that out there as well. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. And don't forget to go out there and make today even better than yesterday. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.